This podcast was produced by OAR FM Dunedin with support from New Zealand On Air.
Hi, welcome to Diversity Dispatch, your local queer and rainbow podcast. Hello everyone, welcome. Wow, my feedback into my headphones is very loud. How can I... Down. Yeah, okay. Hello. Oh, that's still a bit loud. Okay. Just because I don't want to talk to myself too loudly, you know. I got to hide the demons away so that people get scared when they find them, you know. How is everyone? I'm okay. I'm all right. What have I been up to? Not really much. My brothers came up from Invercargill and stayed with me, so I got to see them, and that was nice because it was school holidays and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I'm doing all right. Okay, first thing on the agenda is I set up that Instagram page finally. It did take me a couple days longer than I said it would, which, sorry guys, but diversity.dispatch is now live on Instagram, so follow us there. And I've decided I'm going to evolve this show into like an audience communication thing. So you can like those articles in the newspaper where you send in a letter and then the author discusses the letter. It's like that, but with Instagram and podcasting. So flick us a message and I'll have a read of it. So as soon as I got the Instagram running, I put up a post asking for people to contact me and say stuff. But so far, I have 6 followers, 5 of which are my other podcasters. And I got one message from Iso Otipoti, which I need to look at what they actually are. Because I thought I'd look at it on the pod. Otipoti branch of the International Socialist Organization. Okay. And then they've sent me a post. So I'm going to discuss this. Oh, it's a reel. I don't want to look at the reel. Stand against transphobia. Fight the far right. 1 p.m. Saturday, 3rd of May in the Octagon. So it's a protest for trans, queer, and human rights. So go check that out. Go say hello to them. Attend the protest if you can. I, unfortunately, will be at work on Saturday. Oh, wait, what time was it? Did I say 1 p.m. or 3 p.m.? No, it's 1 p.m. 3rd of May. Yeah, so I'll be at work. I won't be able to attend. I'll see if I can pop over. I won't finish work until like 2:30ish, and none of you will recognize me anyway. But please go support them because everyone deserves human rights. And that shouldn't be a controversial statement. Everyone deserves human rights. Anyway, follow us on diversity.dispatch on Instagram. Send in some messages. I'm very, very disappointed by the lack of messages, and you should all be ashamed of yourselves. I did AI generate the post because I'm lazy. So the image isn't real. But it's only an announcement image. It's not art. It's just an announcement. I think AI is okay to use for basic stuff like that isn't really arts or creative centered. It's just distribution of information in a way that is appealing to the eye. Yeah. But yeah, so because of the lackluster performance from you guys, I don't really know what I'm going to talk about today because I fully expected to get, like, hopefully, considering it's nearly 2 weeks, and I reposted it on my drag Instagram, and I reposted it yesterday reminding people to send in stuff. So I expected like maybe 3 messages that I could discuss. But no, just the sharing of the protest. But yeah, definitely go check out the protest. You know what? I'm going to follow back the Iso Otipoti. I'm going to follow them back because they seem cool. Yeah, I made an effort to like not actually read what they sent or look into who they were until I was on the pod because I need as much content as I can get. Yeah. They seem cool though. Who else should I follow back? Who's following me? So we've got one of the staff here at OAR. We've got one actual person. We've got the Athenaeum. Is that how it's pronounced? Athenaeum Library. And the ORFM account. Did I follow? I did follow back ORFM. Oh, that means that. Oh, that. I can't say those words on air. Kerosene did not follow me. Kerosene reposted, but did not follow. How dare? How very dare. Everyone, go boo Kerosene in the comments. She deserves it. Love Kara. We were at a private party over the weekend, and she taped 2 goons to her chest and was like, because it was a private party, so we were allowed to drink alcohol and everything. She was like dispensing the alcohol. I don't actually know what it was that she strapped to her chest, because that lovely, gorgeous person took 3 freaking hours after arriving to the party to get ready. So I was there. I helped set up. So I was there an hour before the party was supposed to really start. And then it took 3 hours, 2 or 3 hours for people to actually start showing up. And then it took a further 3 hours for her to actually be ready. So by that time, it was like nearly midnight by the time she had all her makeup on and everything. And I had work the next day. So I was like, girl, I saw her for like 20 minutes and then I left. Even though we were in the same location for freaking like 3-ish hours because she showed up late too. But yeah, that's the thing I don't get is like being fashionably late. It's so stupid and it's not fashionable, because if I want you at my house by 5 o'clock, that means that I want you gone like 5 hours later. I don't want you to show up 3 hours late and then leave 8 hours after the party started. Like, because like if I say show up at 5 o'clock, like if it's 2 hours later and no one's here, I'm just going to pack up. Even like 40 minutes later and I haven't heard from anyone, I'm just going to pack up. I'm not going to keep the party going if no one's bloody there. I've never understood fashionably late. That could be the undiagnosed but probable autism. Taking things so literally. I don't know. I'm going to look into getting assessed for those things. I did go in for an ADHD assessment years and years ago now in Invercargill. And I went in there and I was like, hey, these are all my symptoms, blah, 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 blah. And the psychologist, and I was very frustrated because there was actually a student doctor in there as well in the room learning. But that psychologist straight up, quoting her, this isn't paraphrasing, quoting her, said, "You're just special," is what she said to me. And I straight up said, this is paraphrasing because I don't remember my exact words. But I was like, okay, well, I don't care if I have ADHD or not. Can you just like direct me to the resources that you give people with ADHD? Because whether or not I have it, I have overlapping symptoms, and whatever helps them could help me. And she straight up didn't. She straight up said, like, you don't need them. Either she said you don't need them or we don't actually give any resources because they're just so keen on slapping some drugs in people's mouths and praying the gay away. I don't know why I said that. It's not really relevant. But just like medicating people and not actually helping them. Because my take, I'm not speaking for anyone else. I have been medicated for clinical depression for, how long would it be? Nearly 5 years now, probably. Would be nearly 5 years. Or, I don't know, a while. But my opinion on the matter is that if you can be helped without medication, you should. But if you can't be helped by medication, no. If you can be helped without medication, you should be helped without medication. But if everything else isn't working and medication is what's left, like that's what's going to work for you, then absolutely, no holds barred, you should be able to receive that medical care. That's my take on it. I think it is important to try other things before you jump into medication. But don't be shy about using medication if that's if nothing else does work. Don't keep trying something that isn't working, even though you need to spend a certain amount of time trying something to see if it will work or not. That's my take. yeah. This has become a very interesting show because I just sit here and talk, and I'm pretty sure I talk about this every time because I don't know what to talk about. I don't know what to talk about. That's kind of why I was hoping people would send messages in, because I do much better conversing with someone else than, or like having something interesting to talk about, because I'm not I can think things, but I struggle to think of things sometimes. So I do have trouble. Not gonna lie, I was considering just dissolving this podcast because the last few weeks have been pretty lackluster in terms, and I'm fully aware of that. And I was like embarrassed and sad and ashamed that I was producing such lackluster content. But then right before I keep saying last week, but it's 2 weeks ago. Literally right before recording the last episode, I thought, like, oh, what if I did this? And just like, because my trouble is that I don't have anyone to talk to. It's like, okay, I don't really have anyone that I can ask to be on the pod with me. So why don't I just ask you guys? I talk to you guys anyway. I can make a whole thing. So yeah, that was my thought process, and now I'm actually feeling really inspired and excited to do this again, because I don't know, you could probably tell from my earlier episodes when I had company, I was like really excited to be here and be talking with people. So yeah, I'm quite happy to have hit that inspiration again. I've just seen that currently live is Filmography or Little Fish, and I don't know what that means, but I know that it's my friend Leo on there. But yeah, just send in some messages. Send in your memes, send in your funnies, send in your silly stupids, and I will... Actually, let's make that a thing. Send in an image, and I will attempt to what's it called? It's like for accessibility when you describe the image on screen that people can't see. I'll do that, and it'll be funny and stupid. That'll be fun, and I'll react to whatever you have to say, or if you have a topic that you want me to discuss, I'll discuss it. Or like even just like personal stories, and then I can. It's I forget the word for it, what it's called. It's not a helpline, but it's like send in your problems and we'll help you solve them, like that kind of thing, that kind of vibe. Because I feel like that would be so funny. Because it would just be, hopefully they don't have to censor this word. It would just be a piss take. It would just be funny and silly and stupid. Because that's what I am, and that's what we all are. If you're listening to this, you're probably a little bit of something that I just said. Yeah. But it's a vibe. It'll be cool once people start messaging. And you if you message once, you can message again, because let's be honest, not many people are going to message. So don't be shy about messaging again. Specify in your message if you want me to say your Instagram handle or not, or how you would like me to refer to you, or you can just say refer as anon, like whatever. I'm a chill guy. I don't have a lot going on. I will respect your boundaries. And isn't that awful that you have to specify that you'll respect people's boundaries now? Isn't humanity trash? Humans are disgusting. Yeah. Anyway, guess what? It's time to go back to friggin' conversation prompts, because none of you sent anything. I'm so disappointed in you guys. But it's okay. You have the opportunity to improve, and that's going to be good. Conversatio. Oh, no, it can't be conversation starters, because conversation implies that you can debate. It's got to be what about writing prompts? Let's discuss writing prompts. I can judge them. Prompts and motivation to create something out of nothing. Oh, that's just the Reddit page, actually. 1,800 creative writing prompts to inspire you right now. I better feel inspired. This week's contest, Once Upon a Place with Sarah Jeff. I don't know who that is. Write a story about a place that hides something beneath the surface. Okay, I don't think these are applicable. Talk show prompts. Talk show prompts can vary widely depending on the show's theme and target audience. What's a memory from your childhood that still makes you laugh or cry? Oof. Tell me about a time when you felt truly lost or overwhelmed. These are all sad. This is supposed to, I want, it isn't always, but I want the show to be uplifting, or at least, what's the word? It doesn't necessarily have to be uplifting, but I want it to be interesting. And that's not the word that I was trying to think of, but it'll have to do for now. You know what? Urban Dictionary, what's that called when you can't think of the word you're thinking of? Let's see. Urban Dictionary. When you can't think of a word. Okay, what's it called? We're just Googling now. When you can't think of a word. When you can't think of a word, it's often referred to as the tip of the tongue phenomenon, but that's not what I want. Is there a word? This is Reddit. What's the word? Not trying to be clever, I actually want to know. Tell me, anomia or dysnomia? Okay, what's... Anomia is a condition. Oh, it's not a condition. It's just when I can't think of it. Dysnomia. Difficulty retrieving the correct word for memory when needed. It's an impairment. But I'm not looking for a condition. I just want to know what it's called when you can't think of the thing. Google has disappointed me today. Yeah. I read an article this morning, I think, that was like, oh, this prehistoric bird in New Zealand has come back, and it was like the tekapo or something. It looked like a pukeko, but it wasn't quite. But it was like, oh yeah, this thing has been extinct and it's just been brought back. And then it says in the article that it was actually rediscovered in 1948, I think it said, or somewhere around there. So it's like, wow, they're just making an article out of something that literally happened 70 years ago. Nearly 80 years ago, if you think about it. Which I find kind of amusing. It's like, wow, they're really scraping the bottom of the barrel with that one. Yeah. What's some... I'm just going to read through my Google Discover for articles. They've got Return of the Weka, Critic Te Arohi. What have you got to say about that? The first sighting showed up right in Studentville. The hell is Studentville? Also, Wekas... I saw Wekas in person like only a handful of years ago when I was in Stewart Island. Weka extremely capable of walking long distance. The nearest remaining Weka population is Rakiota Stewart Island, which is where I was, and Fiordland. We reckon these birds may have been brought here. Coincidentally, the first sighting showed up in What is Studentville? Studentville, New Zealand. Studentville in Dunedin refers to the area's... Okay. ODT recently published articles investigating several sightings of Weka in Northeast Valley and the university campus. Oh my gosh. I wanna go say hi. Wekas are so cute, guys, and the ones on Rakiota are like so... They're not domesticated, but they're so friendly. And it's like when you go on there, when you're getting the water taxi over to the island, they have to be like, okay, don't feed the Weka. Don't let the Weka steal your food because they will think that they don't have to feed themselves. It's like that problem in zoos where you can't release an animal because it just will not fend for itself because it doesn't think that it has to. But it's like, don't feed the Weka, don't touch the Weka, don't acknowledge the Weka. I love them. They're so cute. They're honestly like if seagulls weren't mean. Like they're scavengers in that way, but they're like cute and they're like kind of useless. I think it did like steal our food. We didn't feed it because we were good little girl guides who weren't going to break the rules. But yeah, it took our stuff. And there was like a flock of them. It was very cute. Going back to this article, there are no known weka populations in or around Dunedin, DOC told Critic. DOC being the Department of Conservation. So that's interesting. Reading. I am currently reading. That's cool. Okay, so if you're on the university campus, keep an eye out because there might be some weka around. So they're little brown birds. They're kind of like if chickens had long faces. Or no, like their feathers kind of look more like brown ducks, actually. So the image I've got is like one leaning off the edge of a bench, looking down, and it's got it's got like chicken feet, like it's not webbed, but it's got that sort of raptor claw, with like a long face and like a very round body. I love wekas. They're so cute. They are like little wild chicken looking things. I wouldn't be surprised if they're related. They primarily eat invertebrates and the occasional rodent, and they like fruits as well, fruits and veggies. I love wekas. I love them. They're so cute. And also, what is it? Also, the tit, or titmice or chickadees. They're very cute. I saw, what one was it? I saw a kind of tit in person. A tom tit, that was it. Tom tit. And they are so cute. They're just round and tiny. And they have surprisingly long legs, actually. And they've got like little yellow bellies, and they're otherwise black. And they're just so fuzzy looking and cute. You should definitely look at the tom tit. But when did I see that? It was when I was doing. I need to look it up because I'm not sure what the trail was called. It was in Fiordland. Was it Key Summit? I'm not sure. But it was like a 6-hour hike, like straight up a mountain. And at the top there was a waterfall. Parks and Recreation. The DOC website has a lot of information on it, which means when you're trying to find something specific, it's not super helpful. I don't want to open a PDF. I just want to know where this one walk that I did. Oh well. It was a really cool walk, but I also did, what was it? It was the 4-day version of the Rakiota Trail over Stewart Island, which is when I saw the weka. It was very cute. I love the weka. Yeah, you know what? That's going to be the theme next time. Send in, you better over the next 2 weeks, send in some, if you've done like a nature walk, and what you thought of it, where you went, did you see anything interesting, anything you want to talk about, anything horrible and disastrous happened to you, send it in. I want to hear about it at Diversity Dispatch, diversity.dispatch on Instagram. And I think that's where I'll leave the episode. So have a great couple of weeks. We'll speak again in 2 weeks. Goodbye. Thanks for listening. Diversity Dispatch is a fortnightly show aired Thursdays at 5 p.m. Tune in next time on oar.org.nz or wherever you listen to your podcasts for more queer and diverse content. Over and out.
This podcast was produced by OAR FM Dunedin with support from New Zealand On the Air.